the entire political world is still analyzing the three speeches that were delivered last night by the remaining presidential candidates. For Hillary Clinton, it was an emotional and momentous celebration in Brooklyn. She won 4 of the 6 states that voted yesterday, including New Jersey and California, where, surprisingly, she beat Bernie Sanders by double digits. Those victories, of course, solidified her new position, historic one, as the first woman to become a presumptive nominee of a major political party in the USA. But the emphatic nature of those wins and Clinton's well-crafted victory speech has also reduced at least some of the pressure that she has been under to woo and cajole Sanders and his supporters in the days ahead. So, John, given her strong finish at the ballot box and in that speech she gave last night, how strong is her position now as she enters the general election?
Let's just pause to reflect for one moment on the fact that, there was a lot of discussion about the AP call on Monday, maybe taking away some of the grandeur of last night. Turned out to not be true. Give Hillary Clinton her due. She won big last night. We could talk more about California, which was really important. 13 points in California, where Bernie Sanders was camped out for 2 weeks and outspent her on TV, still won that in a big way. And then, as you said, well-crafted delivery, well-crafted speech, not just well-crafted, but well-delivered. Calm, confident, emphatic. I think she leaves this race now with a bigger head of steam than a lot of people expected that she would, partly because of the way the race has gone of late, but particularly last night, which really was as good a night as she's had in the entire campaign.
Last night was something of a metaphor of the sweet spot Clinton finds herself in now entering the general election. A snapshot of where we are. Things can change. She's going to have bad weeks.
Of course.
You look at last Thursday's speech, you look at what's been happening with Donald Trump, and you look at last night's very strong performance by Hillary Clinton. There are two things going on simultaneously, I think, that are a huge deal for her. One is, because of the Thursday speech and last night, Democrats have more confidence in her performance abilities than they've had in months, that she can just go out and win this thing, take it to Donald Trump. Second, Trump is weakened. That's giving them confidence because he's going through a bad run right now. But he's still strong enough that Democrats recognize that this is a fight. So they're not complacent. They're not taking anything for granted, but they like the horse they get to ride.
Right. I totally agree with that. And, again, she's not always been good at giving set-piece speeches. No. But last night, she was, I thought, the mixture of acknowledging the historic nature of the moment for her, first female major party nominee, criticizing Trump, again, we're going to talk more about the speeches that they both gave later in the show, but she criticized him and then, did a pretty good job of laying out the thematics for what her general election campaign will look like. I thought it was a very, very strong, on every level, that performance last night. You looked at that and said, that woman's going to be a strong candidate. Not every day she'll have weak moments because she's Hillary Clinton, but that was a very good performance.
She's showing herself. Anyone who knows her, spent any time with her, knows that, again, in that Thursday speech in California, the speech in Brooklyn last night, you're seeing her true performance nature. You're seeing a side of her that is tough, funny, knowing, and really wants to be president in a way that her supporters are inspired by.
And I will say, even though the bell has gone off, that 13-point victory in California really does, I think, take some of the pressure away. She still has to deal with Sanders. She still especially needs his supporters. But his argument for fighting on now in some aggressive way, having lost that race, I don't want to put too much on California, but it really does matter. We said it mattered before, and her victory so much bigger than anyone expected.